When it comes to adventure mods within the modding community for Half-Life, you rarely get to see them at all. However, back in the early days of Half-Life's modding scene, a man named Ross Smith created a mod where you started as Gordon Freeman crossing time. You begin in an evacuated area of Black Mesa, and within the facility, you find out that it is taken over by a rogue HECU Marines company, and have to fight your way through the core of the complex, and then see a time machine. And with this, Discovery kicks off the Timeline trilogy. The mod, as you can see, looks like a very ambitious labor of love. That is, for me though, wish there was more resources given to this creator, because where you go is very interesting, but was held back by reused assets from the based game. The levels that are outside of Black Mesa and Zen are very unique, but enemies you face are the same in Half-Life, and this is where the Timeline Remod team has stepped into place. A remodification that still has some problems from the original mod, and has a few problems with it as well, but altogether has a fun experience. What was the biggest change I noticed with the remod of the Timeline Prologue was that the HEV suit was different. It had the Half-Life 2 suit. The weapons were altered that were appealing and fit with the game's setting and the best the team could do, and the sound effects were amazing, and the sounds for the guns especially can beat AAA sound effects for Call of Duty or Battlefield, in my opinion. A problem, however, I did have is at the beginning of the mod. You're facing Nazis. You're not facing Marines. To me, it didn't make any sense consistency-wise. But then again, Marines were around the rest of the prologue and when the time is changed in the original mod, but since this is a remodification, couldn't the inconsistency be fixed? However, this is only a small gripe with the mod next to the shotgun reload time, which can get you killed, but that's it. The levels aren't changed in any way, which can be both a good and bad thing, but the team made the right call in how they would release this mod. The levels are still challenging, which is good. I got lost a few times, and the remod team added mummies, which is always a plus in my book. The gore from explosions is a great spectacle to behold, and far surpasses the base game's gore level. The modified Nazi weapons is a great change to the game. Visiting the White House, taken over by Nazis due to the timeline change, is always a treat to look into. And the destruction of New York was an interesting look at to watch, being simulated in the Gold Source engine. Yet what stops this mod and remod is that it looks amateurish. The beginning section looks like an unfinished set piece. If this was an evacuated building, where are some signs that humans were here in the first place? And where is Rome's grand architecture for a fighting ring? Why do some places not feel lived in by humans where humans are in? However, these are noteworthy, and I do regretfully have to say that the remod team should have focused on this, and should have followed a small example of clutter like the Half-Life 2 Black Mesa mod. But that is a small setback, because if that does turn you off from the rest of the trilogy, you are missing out, because it gets better. The map design gets better, it gets weirder, it gets better. It's great. It's just it's an amazing experience. Yet, if you love to see swastikas flying over the White House and crossing time itself, this is a trilogy that you would definitely need to download. So, have fun.